Hello all, my name is Orchid Heflin and I am going to talk to you today, introduce you to a new topic called finding the mean of data sets. The overview, students will be introduced to the mean of numbers and at completion be able to identify when to find the mean when dealing with measurable average. So I'm actually looking at my screen right now, but I just want to make sure that I stay on task, right? So if we can go over this a few minutes. So National State Learning Standards simply just says in layman terms, the curriculum standards based on the national and state criteria for challenging students, while building on base knowledge in mathematics according to grade level. This idea will further prepare students to be introduced to higher academics that are taught in other countries. The lesson will extend their knowledge base, but will also result in closing gaps in learning, essentially equipping students to be able to use and apply materials in the real world. The hope is that they will be able to use their mathematical skills anywhere. Okay, so let's get started. The objective is students will be able to identify the mean of an average and calculate the number set given. For this particular lesson, I will use whiteboards, erasers, Expo markers, and worksheets and exit ticket, which I will give them after I do the lesson with them. So here we go. We're going to introduce it. Start by defining what the mean is. Explain that mean is simply the average and take a few minutes to ask if the students understand what the average is. So we'll give examples like the average of your grades, the average of boys to girls in a classroom. Spend about 5 minutes in the introduction. We're not going to take long in this. Now define mean, which is the sum of data sets divided by the number of numbers given. This should take another 5 minutes to make sure it's firm. Once they have gotten the understanding, do some examples on the board. For instance, 6, 8, 12, 10, and 14. So I would have them write those numbers down on their boards, and I would have them to add it all up. Okay, so they spend a couple more minutes adding it up. Have the students add up all the numbers using their whiteboards, then they find their answer, what their answer should be. And so they'll hold up their boards and give me the answer, which is 50. Then I'll ask them how many numbers are represented. And so they will count how many numbers are represented based upon the 6, the 8, the 12, the 10, and the 14. So they would end up having 5 numbers represented in total. Before revealing the answer, they will go ahead and calculate on their whiteboards. They will go ahead and, like I said, they've already added up the 50. They already added up the numbers to get 50, and they divide by 5 because that's the numbers represented that they have. And as they do that, they will get the answer, which is 10. So they will know that the mean of those data sets is 10. And so this will probably give them like a little bit more time to work on another problem or more examples just to make sure that they're getting it. This will take about 30 minutes total for the whole introduction and also giving those 2 examples. Now the activity instruction will take about 20 minutes. And now that the lesson has been introduced and practiced as a whole group, the students will split up into twos with their whiteboards and practice with one another. They will be given sets of numbers to calculate the mean. So all different types of sets of numbers, they will be able to, write on their boards and try to figure out how many they have and then how many numbers are represented to get their mean. And also we're going to use this to troubleshoot to make sure that, they're not forgetting a number, because sometimes when you're doing the mean, you might miss a number or you might, add incorrectly. So we want to use this time to kind of go over and self-correct any mistakes that they make. As students are finishing up, they will go back to their seats to work on individual worksheets. This is a time where I'll ask a student to go ahead and to pass out those worksheets that they can go over. It will be the same thing, just different types of problems that we have to find the mean to them. And then at the end, I'll collect them up. Well, so students will turn in the worksheets and receive a formative way to measure their comprehension with an exit ticket. With this, with 2 problems where they must show that they can find the mean of the given data set correctly. And this will take about another 10 minutes. So this would just give an opportunity for them to practice it, them to kind of make sure it's firm, make sure they understand it, and then that will be the end of the lesson. Thank you very much for your time. Have a great day. Bye.